Alright, yɛma wakɔ aba ha ɛfamra ROSEMENSTV so ɛwɔ YouTube. Ɛmra so sɛ ɔsɛ yɛtena ase na agɔka nsi ho nsɛm a yɛnsa aka no. Yɛne wo ɛnso ɛtumi ɛba bɛkyɛ. Medin yɛ de Steven Apia Brantin ne no waka so. Ɛna ɛtim fidi no akyi a wopiapia sɛ ne ɛbɛyɛ ho so baabi bia wɔ no. Wobɛnya bi ahwɛ na wɔsan so ɛtimi bibia no ɛtumi ayɛ kama. Na ɛna yɛbɛdi Ghana ayɛ under 20. The Black Satellite ho ɛnkɔmmɔ. Mprempren ɔmo ɛwɔ Egypt. Ɛhwɛ sɛ nyame yɛ adom a under 20 World Cup ɛbɛba so no. Ombenya the qualification ti oba Egypt AFCON under 20 tournament na ekoso ewo ho na da enra ye boy second match against Senegal say nkra ne kukuwie say Ghana edi nkunim by go to nil abranche ne din Mensa na otimi share the only goal in the game ma Ghana enya mamiensa no maybe anso etimi kamapa na ade say match no na emu edin na edin ye. If you look at your Senegal in recent years or Africa, how a modern bomb boy from the junior team to the national team proper, there's a modern boy so any year. Now gone are the days. Now the physicality no and I wish you Senegal no more 8 me offer. But in recent years, the academic product are eba and the academic system or my betty as you are common football no and the technical aspect of football and the BT or my Senegal. And the Senegal first time see their common physicality no ho. Nana Ghana echo sa game nim no ne DRC appointi penko mo bi a hye ne nkwa ka baako na yinya baako e wo sa ago kansi nim match ni ba na wiye no kasa no be bebrebe about the under 20 team ne nyina ene se money mba Ghana fo ani anje ho under 20 one national team e wo Ghana ha no ma obeda Ghana fo akoma so yepa due to the quality a produce e dey ama the national team. Not the qualities alone. Nkruwa one me sans waje e de ama Ghana. Nti oba the AFCON ni tournament ayebo ya omukura 9 na oba the World Cup proper so we are seeing na de no so a Ghana ni the only African country about the Africa under 20 championship. Say ebibi manye si akan e World Cup no ye nko an no man yetimi agibi. Ti eba abakosem e under 20 say ye produce talent e de ama the Black Stars proper. Na yesanso gidin ewe the world stage no ade say under 20 ejina brane nti eba Ghana na under 20 a Ghana form fe ni agro nti looking at that performance done a day against a DRC no na Ghana for ni abre Ghana for kasai due to say modern mbo a omo expected from a year under 20 and of course say what did Desmond of Echi kakra a free sir of realm into Ghana football. Now by your national team ni be a coach no. Na your performance na enye Desmond of like a performance and the boys no edanedi. Desmond one coach he loves his team to hold on to the ball, keep possession. Na team ya eko game wa enyo man 9 and ya so mo hwe nim se o betimi control. 1 possession, 2 of the ball. Of the ball na structure no eno be so mo control. 3 transition what offensive transition and a defensive transition. Into the same you with the offensive and the defensive transition of the ball structure. Any on the ball structure no possession no the sound your man na we see honoma idea ba ko and as a new man na ya team bia kwa go kan see ma opes with me a control. Then you add controlling the spaces, the passing lanes no be so control tackles and also be so with me a control, but you cannot control all but some 4 basic when am boss on there. No mo kwa mo hwe ani mu se on betimi control sa na yoma nan no nti principle coach and dey Desmond of in recent years for junior teams no all along no or dey actually teams mu but enra one performance of course the results super in terms of the ball structure and how no man boys no AC press Senegal no so super the intensity and aggression of their play na super. Then so ade ba kwa yan so yetena ase the cock eye yetena ase duedue mu hu ye answer this one in the technical team ni hu ye ba be di hu nkomo on the ball see you grab ball na your decision making players in decision making of course when you are on the touch line sometimes players in be coaches in the touch line omo kasa omo nte due to the noise aya na wo stadium ho and sometimes we be pardon coaches ne kakra. Because no begin touch la on matete ma kan chiro nyina na about 90 to 95% we can chiro dressing room. Enti waka e dey chiro dressing room there. Sometimes some coaches expect so say oba implement. But when you players and so didn't come out, sometimes I'm catching us and the coaches need to dressing room, training field, no so no, and on back a year match there in game situation or we implement. Sometimes Omanga say you saw my IQ. And when Ghana has the ball, that's the process here. In terms of build up no your long, short, and I said the wing play. Now short build up no, so what be sending aqua, so the fan 10-10-1. That's the wing side, both left and right. Now be progressive ball to the final third. And also be long no crown no kwa you mumienu. You want your body longer, you call see a number 9 so. Any long so you buy the cost 7 11 in can it is any near can neho any table dongs no a bidiko depending on so call longer. Sir, any muhon mummy and son, your boy 9, your boy 7, your boy 11. Near with major body to one we a control invite ni teammates into play. A honey behind a target. Using the ways going long, using the wider channels, and I see you call straight to the number 9. And I see a deep one before in 15 diaco. A moody away and not a under 20 that and run on air. And no more million questions no. The moody away and no more air. Typical screens so near the home como. How bad are not on air when they have the ball? No more decision making and a poor. Ewo under 20 enra ewo build ups nti se nsi abeboy na yakọ screens nso nyetimi edi nkoma owe pause wa ha na edi we hu nkomo abante ni dini Esel any crab ball at the moment no no any player arrows ni nyina chance ye edi free ni honum nti Esel with the ball baby ya arrow no kese ya ne kire no ai sanso ye tietia wo mu no any bia Esel edi ball no koye but intelligently nanke ni kwan se Esel edi ball no ekonachi ni no san koye ene se ewo nanim ntentenso hu se arrow no ebi ekọ wanim ntentenso mienu a arrow na ekọ wanim ntentenso no ewo benkum afaso no hu ni se yesanso adi market be bia ya kire o se broken lines o ma kire o se eho ni dia na wo sanka abrante ni Esel ebo pass no ede ekọ because eho ani be bia na space no wo hwe the action zone hanuma including the Senegalese players ni nyina omu concentration ewo baby a Esel ekra ball no enti wo machi baby a mensa ejina any baby a jerry free ye amane nsa so no there is a space over there tokro eda hon man no sanka Esel it me paya ball no enso it me kokoma no but decision making football action we choose wa echo short pass ewo hanom no was very wrong into see ebo play no wetimi asha coach Desmond Ofe the players no ability to scan and know where there is a space no akwa yedin e de amomo and now a back pass to the central defender there say Senegal for almost lack of concentration and a poor first touch ama wentimi and control ball ma bon kokodi Senegal for ma komo e kwakwa Ghana at the end of the day ye kwakwa foul. Quite apart from that, that wasn't enough. Now from your screen and what you see, Mensa at the moment ekrabon ewo you go area nim. There is a back pass away the goalkeeper. Now when the goalkeeper had the ball, one of the decision making in that situation was wrong. I also call long. I know call long no. Senegal for sounds of pinball is sounds so they buy. And it's a washer goalkeeper now. I don't know about every Mensa or ever keeper na back free keeper no so ever down. And the actual only say the best option in that situation and now once and keeper no 80 meter Niakos wo hono nyina how our players no anyone environmental mujina omon scanning where there are spaces so make me able pass no ediako when they want to build up from the back because say baby Esel ejina no they say so kaso will progress be sin ediako no how our Senegal for see a package o man so we see a structure o ho hono ma they have two mawura ye go area dim and the two esanso o machi and the only option Esel ewo and so the keeper. And when the goalkeeper had the ball, he also decided so beko long. But even with the long build up, no, it is not wrong in association football. But en koma ewo hanum say ko longer. I was what me target any teammate with me peja ball na de man. But how was it ekiki ball no say me ball na magima home. So when the environment no nas when he can scan and send a ball no eba. Nke ka e de kire ne say e on the right side Ghana, your left right side hand, there is a free man over there, regardless of how a Senegal for as you are pressing high up the pitch. Now, squeezy the ball side, no, enso de ama Ghana a yentimi progress ball no say keeper no di can scan ehun say this and I said here are the spaces and he wouldn't go long. I say MCR rate me able player, then you will see say decision making in that situation once again let's take Ghana down. I mean progression with the ball it sounds so echo wasted as Senegal for 80 it sounds so edgy ball now what 80 edgy by and you coach Desmond Fair. You did well. You were able to win by a goal to nil. You did some marvelous work in the game. You game management, but tactical variations in terms of how you build up. They say very poor at the enra. Sometimes you've done all the pep talks with your players, but match day in game situations, players decide to do what they want. But these are somebody who's yes in Ghana here over 18 years. Yes, with me worry. These are mature players. Though they are not 20, not 20 all right, but below a year 20. So we have 16, 17, 18, 19 players. Our Mujina partners so AC kind. And then what is the developmental stage? Say yes, scanning and send a ball number. You making decision when we have the ball. Ni esese ye ansa na ball na ba na ball nso ba decision esese ye take e wo ball no ho no ha and also musua. So if at this stage they are still making those mistakes no I was say that on the 14 side and the 15 side and the 17 side no esese musua na still they are still making those mistakes here. Now I think say we still have a long way to go. Adia also players na nkasa wo mo etimi esua in MCR record na ya hwe at that moment Niena was ankomutimi edibon eya obeko achi na yetimi enya the right na yedi ho nkomo. That was when the decision was ankomutimi the ball na kona chi no ma recycle, but they decided say ombeko long omusanso the ball ko che. So there you have it. When Abrante Nidini Opoku received the ball over the right side. The only thing I want is three, but answer everybody honomono. So we share the center circle. Senegal for the box midfield. So with the box midfield, very difficult to progressive ball centrally. And to see the ball India Conedia, and they encounter in this situation. And the encounter be a option one. And say you see the wider channels, but answer you see the wider channels no. Player now will crab on the question also beside on say, are there spaces with the wider channels now say the ball equana? And Wusha. A pass from a Opoku to Abrante and a Aziz of a FC Barcelona team B. But the ideal situation in Ewaha was Uncle Bessansi the ball na konechi, no more recycle. When you are recycling the ball, near the amount and say, and my opponents in the Benin and the mom Eban and my walls who crab on the spaces are. So I'm about between the ball and so it's me Ediako. But here, once again, the decision making in this situation, the football action which you see here, so short pass or the pass no, they decided say forward passes and forward passes no, there are no spaces up front. You bet your progressive ball no, and so it's me Ediako. And the coach, when the AC over him, because I'll show screen this one. I see how I'm a Ghana coach and in this mono fair and an age in a honor 19 said, looking at the position of the two players no, and then especially. Nipa na wo kra ball no any Desmond no fair baby a wo gina no na it say instructions say koi and am go recycle ball no e de kwa na so we de ko na chi no musan so recycle de buy a na nke betimi abwa Ghana amianya that possession e pese ye keep na yetimi progress ball no enso etimi e de ko. These are mistakes sir. Enkoma ye din na in the early stages of the game I throughout throughout the 90 minutes. Enti yenhwe so with that pass our de break Abrante and din Aziz no. Was it fruitful? Ekoko wie how na pese yetimi esuso a progressive ball na ntem sia bebo play na yetimi atwa so a then the pass goes then you will see say they say sounds the ball no akwakoche e de ama Senegal for na Senegal won the ball back omunso so a progressive betimi the ball no enso etimi betin akọ. Enti coach Desmond Fair, you did well by getting the results, but the performance on the day they say enye encouraging emfa ema Ghana for. These are not the kind of a performance, and I say, boy, Ghana for person. We are Ghana. We any fluke. I be friend Brazilian or African football. I will see a mission and so because when we talk of Brazilians or African football, you say we are a team. Expressing, say expressing not only dribbling but in terms of build up. See a build up. The day you born a year. You could see once again on your screen. Said the arrows no how no sanketimi at the ball no ebesine diako. Both side baby the right side of Ghana your defense no 3v3. So with the 3v3 we say Ghanaians no how your position here one touch pass. Na nkebetna bua me invade how our men in Senegal atwa so in this situation. Because apart from ASL to the midfielder, now also one touch the goalkeeper, then the goalkeeper to Brant and the Mensa, we've been able to invade the pressure and I said the barrier of many in Senegal and so it's me out. In the MCR player, the decision making once again in this situation, when we decide this or back along, no, then we lose possession at the moment in at the Senegal, which is not the best for men in Ghana. When we talk of Ghana, we talk of a team, a crab ball, a possess, a progress, either short, long, diagonal, whichever way we want to do it, you express here home and my Ghana for Niger. But against the Senegal, like I said earlier on, getting the 3 months 1 points, was very important. See, so the kind of football, the brand of football, our body Ghana for or many ADH. This is not a mere nation. You haven't said the Malaris, the Zimbabwe's, so many 3 points, they are okay. But Ghanaians do talk about the performance. Results not a one side. Cool. But the performance now better than the they will still complain about it because they've seen cream de la cream. Who different on the 20 side ama Ghanaians joy. Mama Ghanaians the joy, the love to watch under 20, the champagne football. The champagne football comes when you keep the ball. The champagne football comes when you possess the ball. But and that champagne football, when you flamboyant football, under 20. Currently with Egypt, at the enra, when 8 million Ghana and the MCR, Yabako na Yahre say, yes, sounds so progressing in this situation. Now we are leading by a goal to nil. Goalkeeper sounds echo along. And the Abakosi Shannon said these are the Senegalese side that physically they are very strong in Siako air. So they pick the first and the second balls, making it very difficult. So who is our situation we are? Ghana do have the numerical advantage here. So Bonani sounds echo long game was needless. So a back pass to the goalkeeper. We position ourselves because of the advantage I say what players don't want any Senegal in this situation. No, we can bypass their press. It's me progressive ball. No, see included the goalkeeper. We have 5 against 4. So with the 5 against 4, so watch how many Danish Senegal for the kind of position or a back pass to the goalkeeper. A back force Senegal so a very shape and shape now what they air pressing and what many in the high press. And no answer Ghana the advantage. See we had the 3-2. Because in this situation, a back pass to the goalkeeper, the 3-shirted man for men in Ghana, the central midfielder. So you will have to, then Senegal will have 4. The 3-2 shape will help Ghana to progress the ball, whether centrally or the wider channels. But once again, the decision making was here long. Very poor. The long no medical can say Senegal for efforts for the balls in the giant. Because I will say any more the 2 Aziz. The 2 Aziz na ejina any more one for Dreams FC, one for FC Barcelona youth team. Then you have Jerry Afriye. It is only Jerry Afriye are very good in the air. But so for a 2 now, a 1-10-10-1-1 everybody one na. They are not your type of players, sir. Who it me kosoro efa ball to form. They are very good when they have the ball at their feet. So ball at the form there, you get the best out of a wingers nimi nua. Wo a supporter branch and the Jerry Afriye. And the coach one technical team international more said the build up now how do we go from here going forward. If you want to win, we cannot play this kind of football. We will grind the results all right, but Ghanaians will never accept that. And so more accepting it, go back to the drawing board. Technical team international now muntimi enhihye your in terms of a build up. And the same available player, the decision to send the ball back, we decided to see a back long. And you call long Waharan once again. Senegal sounds where we need ball now. A progress so the coach, share a year your progression now. The ball no best now near finding it difficult. See beat me a bestany at the ball no ako due to how now your decision making a year poor at that enra when we have the ball. Now see you progress here. In our own 18-yard box. with one possession. Quickly, so watch how was he move to ball no menga so or pass here. Chira said, "Mami mom kona menye ma home." But in a situation football, one thing we need to understand, and it's the faster the ball goes, the quicker it comes back. Because when the opponent won it, they will quickly recycle it, attack you once again. And this is there is an arrow. Chira will say a pass to the right side, the half space, from Hanamono would have been better. And no, it's me boy must an able player. So obo player, Shemra do be in the space. And that player now, I don't know, but seen so just look at the space. And then him, and say MCR able play a post for Hania di Hanum Hunkoma, over Chikakra. Bo play. Now, a do Honma, mobile post near the Honum Hunkomo Kakra. Near to me, good. Bopos, just look at it. Should be not a year space no war. A dear Ghanaian player or no ever a the right side the Hanamono. And so what you want and what they buy ya. What carry ball now the baby drew ya, then you have 3v3 in this situation and can be played to the advantage of your money at the Ghana. But the decision making to kick the ball long, I know for long no. Uncle Yankasankasa Ghana ho, the Sans Codis and the Honomono. They won it back and they started attacking us. So build up at the Enra against the Senegal was very poor, terrible decision making, basic things. And I dare say co-editor or Denra against the Senegal. And the coach, no technical handlers, you are doing a yeoman's job. Out of 6 points, you have 4, which is not bad for many in Ghana. The proper position, Sebetnia qualified to the next stage. But see, as the competition progresses, that's where the tougher and thicker in terms of your positioner, ubetimi eshiomo. The first match was it wasn't a performance at Ghanaians no more. But in this game, we the build-ups no at the free man of the ball, the structure, and the idea was super. But I don't know what any new game. Definitely we will keep hold of the ball. Yes, yes, about Nyakbon, you crab ball na. Eho, any coma, see a year na a year wrong. James here, or me at also na yet me edding comono na yehu say Ghana. And then we played well in terms of say when we don't have the ball. Then so na ya idea say when you crab ball na near the ball was very terrible. The terrible mistakes in our decision making was a year idea. Ghanaians no mo empese omo ebetimi ehunu the going forward idea say coach ono technical handlers entrance say you share a stiffer opposition than Senegal then you share no na how do we go by it, how do we find our way out when you want to play from the back to the final third say mpo telling me can we have too many ways of the build up say you only say omo appreciate too high up the picture. How do we go by it? Is it as a result of see a committing more men behind the ball, near to the numerical advantage, near progress a besin diako, and I see a beco long, na see a longer. Who are our target men? Ye longer. The wider channels na long born echo, the 2 wider channels na born echo, and I see to a Jerry free, and ye born a diaqua command. Na see a different fin diaqua. How do we create those spaces? A fin honum movement, a key, passing, one touch passing, a key, short passing, a key. If you want to progress using the central channels, no, need me abesin ediakwa. All is not lost. 4 points from 6, which is very brilliant for my in Ghana. You're in a proper position, say bit me progressing. But suddenly can't competition no economy no, nay ya dear say imu yedi. It is economy name yedin dear. You should also have a look at your build up, how your struggle, say bit me build it up. Decision making. In all this, idea say a boy form. Say you environment ayijina. Yen scanning where the spaces are. Idea say no boy form. No. The only thing you can say, Obeka players no. You keep reminding them before the ball comes. You scan. You look around. You look at your environment. Where do I find the spaces? Into ball rano. You've already noticed, baby, I would the ball beko. Not say ebebana and sana or a drink. So with the ball no echo. If you scan the environment you are, and no bow, and taking the right decision. Because what scanning you say ha and and when the ball comes, I'll quickly release it to that place. But so once scanning a ball, it can bow so and sana. join the ball ko baby abekwa. That's where you start making the mistakes. That's where you start taking poor decision. That's where the passing no enkoye emfa emma. Ti coach, you and your technical teams you sit down, more share build ups in Now I think say without the ball, structure no dey super, but not 100% because at some point in the game, only say we were passive in terms of our pressing. I jama Senegal for no a progressive ball no, to the final third. The final entry from Senegal, no enye be at the Senegal. I think say we can do better, but in all, you guys have done well winning against Senegal. Looking at Senegal modern ball in recent years, Africa Hanamono, I think say you guys more and how physically and technically strong they are no, I think say more but we still have work to do if you want to do well as the competition progresses. Di jumadi nyina enso ebetimi EDS midin Steven Apia.